If you press the switch for the power window in your Kia Sportage, but nothing happens, no sound, no movement, it does not always mean there is a major electrical problem. In many cases, the issue is as simple as a blown fuse. Before you start taking the door apart or replacing expensive components, it's a good idea to check the power window fuse first. In this video, I will show you exactly where to find the fuses for the power windows in this 4th generation Kia Sportage. Start by sitting in the driver's seat and look just below the steering wheel. You will find the interior fuse panel near the door. To access it, simply remove the small cover by pulling it off. On the back of the panel cover, there's a diagram showing what each fuse controls. There are 4 fuses for the power windows in this vehicle. You might be thinking one is for each window, but that is not the case. Let me show you the function of each fuse. Let's start with this fuse labeled as LH with 2 window symbols. That will be this 25 amp fuse in the fuse box. The LH stands for left hand, meaning this is the fuse for both the left hand side windows, front and back. If I pull out this fuse, both the windows will stop working. Now the next fuse labeled as RH is obvious, right? It's the fuse for both the right hand side windows. Well, that is actually not the case. Let's pull out this fuse and see what happens. If I press the switch for the rear right window, it does not work, as expected. However, if I press the switch for the front right window or the driver's side window, it operates normally. Now, why is that? This is because the driver's side window is equipped with automatic pinch protection feature that has a safety module, and it is powered by a totally different fuse. If we look at the fuse diagram, there's this fuse labeled as safety DRV, meaning safety module for driver's window. This is the fuse that powers the driver's window. If I pull out this fuse and try to operate the driver's window, it will not work. So if your driver's window is automatic, this is the fuse you are looking for. Now there is one last fuse, labeled as safety pass, meaning safety module for passenger window. If the passenger window is automatic, this is the fuse that powers the window. My Sportage does not have automatic window for the passenger side, so this fuse isn't powering anything. Removing this fuse does not affect the function of any of the windows, so it's like a spare fuse for this vehicle. You can test the fuses by giving it a visual inspection. Hold the fuse up to a light and look through the transparent plastic body. Inside you will see a small metal strip. If the strip is intact, the fuse is likely still good. If the strip is broken or burned, the fuse is blown and needs to be replaced. To be 100% sure, you can test the fuses with a test light. First, turn on the ignition or start the engine to power up the fuse box. Then clip the test light to a metal bolt or unpainted surface to ground it. Touch the test light probe to the small metal tabs on top of the fuse. There's one on each side. If the light turns on at both sides, the fuse has power and is working. If it only lights up on one side, the fuse is blown. If there's no light at all, there may be no power reaching the fuse slot, and further diagnosis is needed. If the fuse is blown, replace it with a new fuse of the same amperage rating, in this case a 25 amp fuse. And that's how you find and test the power window fuses in a 4th generation Kia Sportage. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Join for more automotive troubleshooting tips. Thanks for watching.